The reason why I am here today
meeting a lot of British origin MPs in the UK discussing about the situation in Pakistan occupied Kashmir.
What Pakistan really stands for. And if you look at it historically, their foundations are basically on the basis of Islamic othering and hate against the Hindu and the Indian.
We are extremely concerned about those POK Kashmiris who are suffering under the Pakistani regime.
Osman bin Laden was founded in Pakistan.
Yeah. The reason why I am here today, we just wrapped up a vigil trying to raise awareness on international platform against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, killing Hindus, massacre of Hindus, and also the human rights abuse in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. To understand more about the topic, the sensitivity and the significance of Jammu and Kashmir for the three nuclear powers, India, China and Pakistan, please watch our informative video that we posted on our channel, Bharat Rising. Now, you will see me talking to people here and trying to understand more about the vigil and the reason why they are organizing this today and also the political ramifications. Stay with me. Hi, Prithvi.
Hi, one.
Hi. Can you please explain why the vigil is organized here, right at the House of Parliament, and why today?
The location and the timing is significant because we are in front of a portcullis house there, right there. If you see, the Pakistani High Commissioner is holding an event. He is meeting a lot of British origin MPs in the UK discussing about the situation in Pakistan occupied Kashmir.
You mean British origin Pakistani MPs?
Pakistani MPs.
Okay.
So people who have organized the vigil chose this location to highlight their voice so that the Pakistani High Commissioner hears their voice and hears their protest. So that is why they have chosen this location, and that is why they have chosen today as the date of the event.
So they are trying to dismantle the false narrative.
Correct. They are trying to fight against the narrative that the Pakistani side is trying to bring in the UK.
Okay. Hi Aditya, nice meeting you here at the vigil.
Thank you.
Which is against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. So we want to hear a few words from you about, what this vigil is about. And what exactly are we doing here?
So the vigil is basically about making the British public more aware about what Pakistan really stands for. And if you look at it historically, their foundations are basically on the basis of Islamic othering and hate against the Hindu and the Indian. And that is what Pakistan essentially stands for. So the other reason why we are here is primarily because the British society, the British polity and the British policy makers have allowed Pakistani nefarious agenda to fester on the streets of London. So as a consequence, what happens is when the British polity allows that kind of politics to be played in the streets of London, there are fissures and wedges between the harmonious societies living here. So people from India and Pakistan living here are living harmoniously, but when the politics of the subcontinent is imported here, we end up, having a lot of differences as a consequence. So the British polity needs to understand that this is a risk to their civil services, this is a risk to their law and order, and they must stop this. They need to stop this madness, this is political correctness, and throw that into the bin.
Okay, so basically, let the bus go by. So basically, we are trying to dismantle the false narratives which are, going around.
I mean,
in the
one of the
British
biggest
public.
false narratives that we hear from Pakistan is calling for a plebiscite in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, when they know that the first condition of the UN plebiscite is for Pakistan to demilitarize from the entire region of Jammu and Kashmir, which they will never do. So they are essentially trying to pander to an electorate, to a crowd, knowing very well that this plebiscite will actually never physically happen.
Okay. And also, does this have something to do with the Pakistani origin British MPs?
Absolutely, because they are ultimately the minions of the state of Pakistan.
Okay.
They essentially harbor that sort of Islamic othering. They see everything from the myopic lens of Islam. and that is not compatible with the British civil society.
Okay.
So the British polity, the British public, the British civil society needs to understand, and they need to be vociferously standing against this with us.
Okay, thanks
Thank
for
you.
your time. Thank you. So, can you also explain what are the political ramifications?
Sure. If you look at the last 1 year, there has been increased protest in Pakistan occupied Kashmir because people under the Pakistani regime there are suffering. So they're raising a lot of voice in the last 1 year. If you see, they've got a lot of attention even in the international media. Coupled with that, in the last few months, if you see, there has been a lot of statements from Indian political establishment also regarding Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Recent statement by Rajnath Singh regarding Pakistan occupied Kashmir belonging to India and they being ready to absorb Pakistan occupied Kashmir is a significant statement from a political establishment within India. So all of these point to one thing. The end goal for the Indian administration is to absorb Pakistan occupied Kashmir into India, and they are preparing ground for that by building the narrative in international media against the atrocities of Pakistani establishment within POK. So the Vigil today also is part of that exercise, and you can see more of these things happening in the near future. And you will see a lot of activity in political context and also in military context going forward. When exactly this will happen, only time will tell. But it will happen.
We are here standing right
In
next to
front of the
the
portcullis house, yes.
House UK Parliament.
Yes.
So there is a vigil going on there. You can see many Indians.
Rather than a vigil, I would call this a protest against the Pakistani government, against the Pakistani behavior since 1947. Let's get one thing very, very clear. Kashmir has always been integral part of India. It has never ever been any other. Okay? And Pakistan invaded Kashmir in 1947, and it was Sardar Patel who wanted to send bigger forces across to take over rest of the occupied Kashmir. But Nehru avoided that. Having said that, today's situation is one where we are extremely concerned about those POK Kashmiris who are suffering under the Pakistani regime. And they are suffering in a considerable manner, economically, socially, and in various other ways. Security is non-existent. Okay, people are living in fear. Yet Pakistan talks about humanity. What humanity?
Human rights? They talk
What
about
human rights? There are none whatsoever.
But what do you think should be the next steps of Indian government under the leadership of Modi?
A very leading question. But the reason why we are here is number one, the Pakistan High Commissioner is over here.
Oh,
His
okay.
car is parked,
Okay.
that black Mercedes Benz,
Okay.
right? And he's addressing the people, and there are a number of British Pakistani MPs who are inside there attending the meeting, and they're seeking an advantageous situation for POK.
Okay.
It does not exist. India must take over POK no matter what.
Okay.
Pakistan is bankrupt. They haven't got the money to do anything in Pakistan, in POK.
Rather than calling India take over Pakistan, let's say POK has to be returned to India.
We want POK amalgamated with rest of
India,
the country.
yeah.
We don't
Because
want
we are not
Pakistan.
taking over
Pakistan,
any-
they can have Pakistan. We don't want Pakistan.
Exactly.
We
It's
are not
only
interested
our
in
land
Pakistan.
which
There's no
authentically, originally belonged to India. It has to be returned to India.
Absolutely.
Just for the welfare of the people who are living there.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Please explain about the Vigil. What are we trying to do here near the Parliament, UK Parliament?
The reason we are here is because Pakistan is a country with state-sponsored terrorism. Because if you look at the state, how the Jammu and Kashmir, which is the Indian part of Kashmir, it's developed into a modern state now.
Yeah.
Because if you look economically, the prosperity is increasing, the tourism has increased, investment has increased, and what is now happening that the people of India and people of Jammu and Kashmir are more happy with India. And now if you go, let's go to the POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which is illegally occupied. And now they have to return back to India and they should stop killing the people in POK. Because if you look at the history of Pakistan, it's based on terrorism. If you look at 9/11 Mumbai terror attack, they had a hand in it. Osama bin Laden was founded in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And this is what people need to understand.
Okay.
That Pakistan should be classified as a terrorist state internationally. And the international sanctions should be brought on Pakistan.
Okay, thank you so much for that. A storm is on the way. India is certainly going to take back Kashmir from Pakistan. We don't know how, we don't know when, but it is surely going to happen. Let's watch the space. Thank you for watching.